Hey everyone, and welcome. I'm excited to host. We're back. We took a short break over the busy holiday season, and this is, we call it Girls Just Want to Have Funs. This is my favorite event because ain't that the truth? We want to have funs. We want to have more fun in life. We want to do all the things that we're dreaming of other than just working and taking care of everyone else, right? So that's what today is about. And I get to do this with some of my best friends around the world who are joining me. I'm going to introduce them in a minute. But literally, thanks for joining us. This event, if you've never been on Zoom before, you can look at gallery view so you can see all these gorgeous women tuning in from all over the world, all over Australia for sure. And thanks for coming together, because today we're just going to keep it real. We're going to tell you our real stories, what juices us about what we're up to, and to see if this could be a fit for you as well. So I'm going to introduce my gorgeous friend, Christine. She is a personal trainer, and she's also an incredible mama. There she is. I'm going to pin her. And Christine is going to kick us off telling us about our amazing and simple products called Juice Plus. So take it away, Christine.
Awesome. Thank you, Linda. And thank you, girls, for jumping on. I'm going to keep it really simple today. We want to keep this really express because we're busy girls and we've got things to do and funds to make. So Juice Plus came into my life about 4.5 years ago. I was working as a personal trainer, and I was noticing that a lot of my clients were not getting the bare minimum of fruits and vegetables in their diets every day. And I thought that I was doing a pretty good job. But as I've learned along this journey, I was not doing the rainbow and the variety that our bodies need to thrive and work their best. So the products made absolute sense to me. I was a busy mum, and that's why I started on the products. My daughter was 4 months old, and I just wasn't getting, enough quality sleep. And I was one of those zombie mums. It was very hard to focus, and I wasn't very productive and couldn't really see past the day I was in. So when someone said to me, just have a look at this stuff, it's all natural and you can still breastfeed with it, I went and did my research, and within 2 weeks I was feeling amazing. My energy was through the roof. I no longer needed a nana nap. And then I started noticing my skin get clearer, my hair got healthier, my fingernails got longer and stronger. My endurance during my workouts was improved, and my recovery was so much faster as well. And I started getting some of my clients onto the products as well. And a lot of the women that I trained used to have, kind of like the yo-yo effect. But what Juice Plus helped them do was maintain. This is a lifestyle change. This is not a quick fad, fix, or diet. This is about making good habits, good positive changes to your life long term. And I was able to help a lot of them maintain it over the last 4 to 5 years. If everyone could just mute themselves, that would be amazing as well. Thank you. So what we know out there is that, the only 2% of Australian adults and 1% of Australian kids are getting the bare minimum of 2 fruits and 5 veggies in their diets every single day. And that really saddens me. Our kids are the first generation that are not going to live as long as us. And that really scares me as a mum. I've never lost a child. I never want to lose a child, but I know people have, and that shouldn't be the case. It's a lot of pain. So if we can start taking responsibility and of what's not only going in our bodies, but going in our kids' bodies, then we can make a real impact in the world in regards to health and, looking out for that next generation. And I'm going to talk a little bit about how our company is making a massive impact. But firstly, what is Juice? Sorry guys, I just got muted. I don't know where I was up to, but anyway, so Juice Plus is 30 fruits, vegetables and berries in a vegan capsule here in Australia. And what they do is they pick all the fruits and veggies when they're vine ripened. And you get that rainbow of colour in your diet every single day when you take Juice Plus. And that's super important because everything works differently in your body. So here in Australia, we're usually a meat and 3 veg kind of country. Yeah, we stick to the usual suspects every week. But what Juice Plus does is it gives us that variety that our body craves in order to, work at its peak. So I love that it's also backed by science, and I love the fact that anybody can take it. Pregnant women can take it, breastfeeding women can take it, kids can take it. Anyone that can eat fruits and vegetables can take Juice Plus. Now, we know what we should be eating on a daily basis when it comes to fruits and vegetables, and we know what we are eating. What Juice Plus does is it bridges that gap, okay? Now, they call us the company with the heart, and that's because we actually give our kids product away for free. So you know how I was saying only 1% of Australian kids get the bare minimum of 2 fruits and 5 veggies? Imagine what would happen if you actually got 17 fruits and vegetables into their bodies every day. We have this incredible chewable version, and kids think it's a lolly, but it's actually real fruits and vegetables. And what we're noticing in these kids, because we've got 1 million kids that get Juice Plus for free every single day. And what we're noticing is it's helping change their palates. They're actually craving a higher level of nutrition. It's boosting their immune system so they're less sick. It's changing behaviors, and they're actually asking for more fruits and vegetables, which is really cool. The only other product that we have is, again, it's all plant-based as well, is a plant-based powder. And this has about 25 different plants in it. They taste delicious. They come in chocolate and vanilla, and they are incredible. And, we're supposed to be eating 5 to 6 meals every single day, to fuel our bodies. Most people are eating around 2 meals per day. So what these do is they help bridge that gap. So these are an extra, afternoon snack. They can be breakfast. They can be a pre or post workout. You can turn them into healthy ice blocks and pancakes and protein balls and all sorts of things. And that's another way to get extra fruits and veggies into your kids as well, without all the nasty chemicals and everything like that. So for me, I've noticed massive changes to my health. It has definitely taken my health to another level I haven't experienced before. I love the health, the vitality. These products actually make me feel alive. And that's why I'm so passionate to share them with other people, because I know, and I've heard the stories about what they do for people. And for me, I really just wanted to help my parents. Both of them had cancer, and I wanted to help them repair their cells after all the damage that had been caused. So if you're watching this recording or you're on this event right now, you probably know a handful of people who are suffering with their health, whether it's digestive issues, fertility issues, skin conditions, asthma, allergies, cancer, diabetes, depression, anxiety. We're seeing all these increases in all these diseases and illnesses because we're living in a world where we're underfed, but we're overfed, but we're undernourished. We're malnourished, if you like. We've got a whole food deficiency. We're eating a lot of food-like products that don't have any nutritional value in them whatsoever. So hopefully that all makes sense to you. And if you're not getting enough fruits and vegetables in your body, then I really recommend that you try Juice Plus. And I honestly believe it'll take your health to that next level as well. So I'm going to hand it over to my gorgeous friend Bron, who's going to share her story and her journey so far on Juice Plus. So when you're ready, honey, just take yourself off mute and share your story with us.
Hey everyone, I'm Bronwyn. Juice Plus came into our lives about, it was December 2014. Now at that time, I'll paint a little picture for you. We all know that we live pretty fast-paced lives, and we're all, as Christine said before, overfed, undernourished. We had a daughter that lived with 150 brain seizures on top of that. So life was hectic and then very stressful. And it also hurt a lot to watch her go through all that. So when I got approached about the product, I was like, energy, I'll have energy. And I thought, I'll just go and purchase it for myself, because I felt like as a mum, I was all exhausted and I had nothing left to give to our child. So I purchased them for myself and got the free kids products. And that's what's changed our lives. As much as I've got my own benefits from no more IBS, no more anxiety, all that type of stuff, and luscious hair, as you can see. Our daughter, 12 days after taking the free gummies, I held the very first conversation with her, and that hadn't happened for 5 years. So, when you have just a little benefit like that of just being able to communicate with your daughter. I think the first conversation was 44 minutes, and a conversation didn't last more than a minute and a half. So now I can gladly say she is completely seizure free for 16 months. We have spent that time getting to know our daughter, getting to share moments with our daughter, crying in the car when she's singing a song in the back of the car. She rides a bike. She rides motorbikes, she swims, all the things the doctors said that she couldn't do. And she gladly walked into the doctor and told him he was wrong. Because, all they did was gave her, she's not my daughter, Christine. All they did was gave her medications that came with a list of side effects. I couldn't take her grocery shopping without her losing control of her bowels, or, she wouldn't have an appetite, and she wouldn't sleep at night. She'd be up at 3 a.m. So, the impact that it's given her a quality of life when you're such a small person lost in the world already. It's given her a quality of life, and she's the most amazing little girl, and we've had great pleasures in getting to know her. So that's my story.
Awesome, Bronnie. I never get sick of hearing that story. Thank you so much. I absolutely love it. Now, there is a mission and a business side behind the products. They are just a very small part of this journey. And as Linda said, we get to link arms with some incredible women who are so empowering and inspiring, and they become our lifelong friends. So I'm going to hand it over to Kira. I think he's going to share a bit about the business behind Juice Plus.
Awesome. Thank you, Christine. I never stop getting chills when I hear that testimonial, Bron. It's just incredible. And it just reminds me, who are we not to share this amazing product with families when it can have such life-changing and sometimes life-saving potential behind it. It's fruits and veggies. We don't know what it's going to do for you, but we do know that getting more fruits and veggies help us to lead a healthier lifestyle. So that is one part of our mission that I'm so proud to be a part of. And the other side of our mission is really just helping people create a better lifestyle. And who doesn't want or need that in today's age where we're all out there just working so hard, trying to just really get by. And this product actually came into my life several years ago. I had 3 health and fitness studios with my husband on the Gold Coast, and I fell in love with the product straight away, and I said yes straight away. But at the time, I didn't really take a closer look at the business, and I thought it just didn't really make sense to me. And if I'm honest, I was a little bit ignorant, and I thought that it might have been one of those pyramid things. And when have you guys got me?
You can keep talking, Kira. You're a little bit frozen, but I'm sure you'll come back. I'm hopeful. Keep talking. Nope. Okay. Let's come back to me. Where am I? Have we got you back, Kira? Nope. Okay. I'll go to gallery view. Here I am. I'll take over. Hey, everyone, back to me. So what Kira was going on about is, what's the true nature of a business like this? Is it really something that you can work from home, that you can do around your stolen moments, your family? And there's certainly the biggest question that I had about a business like this was, do I need to be selling? Do I need to be like dressed up, ready to go and be a professional and get out there and, kind of had my sales hat on? And at the time when I really was considering this business, that was not an option for me. I was at home. I had 3 young kids under 3.5, 3 under 3.5. Can you imagine? So, my hair was everywhere. My kitchen was a mess. And I just felt like, how can I possibly really do a business? I definitely wanted to. I wanted more income. I dreamed of that. Because we had gone just down to 1 income, as a lot of us do when we start a family. So I was attracted to what if, but I really needed to believe and be solid in, can I really do this? So I set about getting some questions answered, and I'm so glad I did. That's why we're passionate about this event, to really, debunk the myths, give you the real truth on how does a business like this really work. So this is what I'm going to cover. Do you have to go out and recruit a lot of people? That's one of the myths, and sometimes it's something that we're led to believe. And I love this part of the business. The answer is no. this is a teaching business. It's not selling. Who out there, we're all girls, right? Who out there kind of shudders at the thought of selling and being salesy and chasing your friends? Show of hands. Come on, I love this interaction. That was me, terrified. No way was I going to do that. I'd rather stay home broke than do that, right? So what I love really knowing about this business is that it's word of mouth. Now, we are good at this, right? We are good. Who loves a chat? Who's good at chatting? We are made to chat, right? We're women. If we love a product, we are going to tell all of our friends about it. I know when I finally found my eyelash goddess, where instantly $100 an hour later, I would transform into the most amazing supermodel because of these incredible lashes that I found the Lash Girl. So of course, all of my friends asked, oh my God, where did you get those amazing lashes? And of course, I would refer 3 to 4 people to my beautiful friend Frances at least a week, even strangers in the street. When you know that you love something and it works and you get a benefit out of it, we naturally share with our friends and family. We share with who we care about. So that's the first myth debunked. You don't need to go selling. You don't need to go looking for people. They're going to come to you. We teach you how to do what we call attraction marketing. And you're kind of the walking, talking billboard for your business. Every time that I'm using the products, every time that someone is sharing, you know, that they've got no energy or they're broke, all I simply say is, you know what, you should take a look at what we do. That could really fit you. You know, if I send you some info, maybe you'll check it out. And that's as selly as we get, which I'm really proud of. So you don't need to know a lot of people. It's word of mouth marketing and it's referral marketing. So once you've got a product that really works, and you heard from Christine and Bron, and there's like well over 150 online right now, I look at the faces and I know so many of these stories. And it's just like Kira was saying, honestly, it's the stories. Well beyond the money, it's like, what if you can really help people get their life back on track, get their energy back, be a better mum, be a better wife? What if you can really help people kind of take back that control of feeling on top of their family's health? So that is a massive reward. I call that our emotional revenue. But I also want to cover a little bit about, you know, what I call about the funds. Girls just want to have funds. For me, I want to be really honest. When I started this business, I was terrified of selling, terrified of having to write 50 names down and go and hunt people down. So our business does not work like that. A, it doesn't work. B, it's uncomfortable. And if someone asked me to do that, I absolutely would have gone running for the hills. So I'm just going to close my blinds because it's a bit shiny bright on my trusty whiteboard here. But I just want to sort of bring this to life in an example, a real life example. We all start out as one person. So here's me with my smiley face. And it was my friend, my dear friend Lauren, who introduced me to the products. I'm forever grateful. They just massively transformed my entire family's health and my life. I used to suffer from migraines. I used to have adult acne outbreaks, and I was definitely a zombie mum, and I would get sinusitis every 2 to 3 months for at least a week and do that whole antibiotic cycle. And I just kind of learned to live with that. I didn't really understand and know. I was a health coach. I didn't really know that there was a product out there that could just be easy, convenient, affordable, that I could take on a daily basis that would really, you know, bridge that gap that I had, that so many of us do. So the product made sense. I was a raving fan customer for 7 months, resistant. Even though my friend was kind of saying, take a look at the business, I was definitely resistant. I needed to understand more. So this is why I'm passionate about sharing what's the real truth. How does this business work? So here was Lauren, my beautiful friend in Las Vegas. And she taught me that, you know what? Guess what, Linda? You already do the business. I'm like, what do you mean? She said, well, have a look. You've got your mother on it. You've got your husband on it. You've got your father on it. Your sister loves it. She shared it with her other friend. And you've got 2 nieces. So I actually just naturally had about 15 customers. She said, you know what? That's about $500 to $800 a month. That could be yours. That's when my ears kind of went up and I said, okay, tell me more. What does that look like? Because back then, for me, on that one income, $300 a month was making a massive difference. Yeah. So she taught me. she taught me really well that this isn't going out and hunting people down, but are there other people like you? Are there other mums? Are there other women maybe that you know that would love an extra $300 a month, that are staying home with their kids, that want to put family first, but would love to generate an extra income? And I'm like, I know lots actually. I know at least 3 or 4. And she said, well, let's just start with them. Let's just see if they're interested. So off I went. And Davina was a mum at the gym. Kate, who we're going to hear from, her story later. Thank goodness I asked her, hey, what if? She took a few years to say yes, but it's an incredible story when Kate wraps up later. Kate shared it with her friend, and so it goes. So I wasn't teaching 10, 15, 20 people and getting them started and hoping and praying that they would do something. What I was doing was I was being taught really well, and then I was teaching really well. And when you teach to teach and you really look after someone and you help them be successful, that's when we're successful. So I love the business. The truth in the business is you don't get paid unless you're helping others in your team get their own success. We get paid on customers always, and then we get paid to build a team. And a team is just raving fan customers who also would love to get their products cheaper, who also know at least 2 or 3 other people just like them. So just a reminder, guys, can everyone just check that they're on mute, please? That would be great. So that's the teaching part. It's not selling, I promise. The second part that I really had to know was, do I need to know lots and lots of people? No. And here's why. This 1 or 2, like how many people right now can think of 1 or 2 people already that would love more energy, that want to look good, feel good? They would love to know a smarter way to make some money and have some fun as well. I knew that I could at least think of 2 or 3. So let's start with that. Most people get their heads around that. This is a business that is about word of mouth and referral marketing. So watch what happens when I teach 2, just 2, because I could get my head around that at the start. I don't know about you, but 2 I could do. If 2 teach 2, that turns into 4, that turns into 8, that turns into 16, that turns into 32. 2 teach 2, teach 2, teach 2. Does that make sense? This is how the business and your network and your team grow. And as these people are successful, your business becomes successful, okay? What if over time you know 5 people? Maybe not all at once. It took me almost 8 months to find 5 people who said, yeah, you know what, I want to take a closer look. It'd be amazing if I could make another 300 to 500 a month. I love the products. I'm already sharing it. Tell me more. So 5 teach 5, 25. This gets exciting, guys. This is where a big penny dropped for me. So watch what happens when 25 teach 5 gets 125. 125 turns into 625, turns into, oh my goodness, it gets insane, 3125. Now I'm 6-7 years in now into this business, and this is what's happened for me. We have over 3,000. It still blows my mind. And I'm saying that not to impress you, just to impress upon you that when you just do this business in stolen moments, that was a light bulb moment for me, stolen moments. So I got about working bit by bit around my family, and it really, really, I began to see what the extra 200 to 300 did for my life each month. And then I got very passionate about all the people that I knew and asked them, what if we could create that for you too? So I'm going to kind of bring the next part to life because I'm sticking to our express time. We have some other stories, some business stories, because we can go on about how the business works, but really what we want to know is, can I do this? You know, what do I really need? And I think the best way that we learn that is just through some of the stories of other real women out there. So I'm going to go to beautiful Mel Brandt first. Where are you, honey? I love your story. Come off mute, hun, and I'll scroll through the 125 and find you. Go ahead.
Hello. So for anyone that doesn't know me, my name's Mel Brandt. I've been in the Juice Plus business now for 21 months. And before Juice Plus landed in my life, I returned back to work after baby number 2. as we all do, we were financially fearful. Even though my partner at the time worked on the mines, life had to look like that for us to have the nice car and the nice house. We had to trade time for dollars in order to live a nice life. When Juice Plus came into my life, I didn't take a look. The products did make sense, but I was so time poor that I couldn't even watch the link. I dropped my babies off to daycare at 6 a.m. I picked them up at 6 p.m. and that's what life looked like for us. I missed their first steps and I paid someone to hear their first words. And I knew 4 months into doing that job that I'd had enough. I wanted to be around. I couldn't be at their special days. I couldn't drop them to school. I couldn't pick them up. I just couldn't be that person that they needed in their life. And I knew that something had to change. So I took a look at the link and, you know, this little light bulb went off and I thought, oh my goodness, I really feel as though this is something that I could sink my teeth into. And so we did. I got crazy busy with sharing this opportunity with the people that I loved and cared about. You know, I knew plenty of people who could upgrade their health, and I knew a couple of people who, you know, an extra $100, $500 a month would make a massive, massive difference to their life. And that's how business got started. 6 months into the business, I was able to bring my partner at the time home from the mines, and that allowed him to be around our girls, which, you know, by the time my 2-year-old was 2, he had seen her 11 weeks of her life. So for us, it was life-changing to have him home, especially for the kids. You know, 12 months into the business, I managed to hit the 6th position out of 7 in the company. And you know what that meant? That meant that at the time where he was just a number in his business and he got fired, I was able to pay the bills without a worry. You know, for the first time in our life, I was able to take the reins and take control of the finances until he found another job. You know, almost 2 years in now, I'm about to take out the top position of the company. What that means for us is massive, massive choices. So this business has been an absolute godsend in our life, and I'm forever grateful. And, you know, the women that I'm now surrounded by are absolutely life-changing. So I'm going to pass it over to Shani, who is another amazing boss babe on such an awesome journey, and she's going to share with you her story.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mel. That just gave me goosebumps. I'm on the verge of tears. Thanks, guys. So prior to coming into this business, I was an anaesthetic assistant for 5 years, and 2 of those years I was a manager for the department I worked for. So like most people, I was told what the right thing to do was go to school, get really great grades, get into uni, smash a degree, get an awesome career, then climb that ladder, and the higher you climb, the more money you earn. And, you know, coming straight out of uni, I was so ambitious and so ready to smash it. And then 5 years in, I find myself working 50 plus hours a week. I'm always on call. I'm always on night shift, dealing with staff issues like sick call, being understaffed, workplace politics, drama, accidents, meeting KPIs, all of that drama. I never got annual leave. There was no way in hell I would ever be able to take a sick day if I needed one. And I just felt like I was under so much stress. I had loads of responsibility and I was literally on the verge of meltdown. So I was actually really scared to be even more ambitious and work harder and get further up that ladder, because I looked around at my colleagues and my superiors who had been doing it for 30 years plus, and they were absolutely exhausted and they all hated their job. So I've been in this business now for 14 months. 6 months in, I demoted myself from my managerial position. I then went from working 50 hours to part-time, so dropping 20 hours a week, then 16 hours a week. And then I sort of went casual and was doing a shift here and there. And on my 1-year anniversary, which was in November, I actually retired myself at the age of 28 years old. So I have to say, you cannot pay me $1 million to go back to that old life of mine. This business, you know, it has not only met and surpassed my income that took me years of uni and loads of hard work to build to, but I get to decide when I work. I get to work on my own terms. I'm now an international businesswoman. I have 9 overseas trips booked this year already. My partner and I are planning our 12-month honeymoon trip around the world next year, which is so incredible because I know that we can do this business at the same time. I get to wake up super passionate, get to meet inspirational women like the ones you've heard from today, and just do the things that light me up. So
it's a total no-brainer for me.
Awesome. Thank you. And now I'm going to hand over to Katie. I love your story, Shani. It makes me want to be your age again. Let's do it all again, the smart way. Go ahead, Katie.
Hi everyone, my name is Kate. I'm a mama of 3, and this is the first week of my new life of no children at home. So I'm like, this is really awesome. But for me, I found myself working in our own business. I was working 18-hour plus a day, trying to juggle that and family and be there for my kids. And I found that I was getting really frustrated, feeling like I was doing everything for everyone but not doing a good job of anything. Certainly not taking care of myself. Linda, being a dear friend, was watching her from a distance for a long time, kind of went, yeah, that's cool, but that's not me. And I got to a point one day where I kind of sat there and I was like, if this life continues and I look 5 years from now, am I going to be happy with what I see? And I got to say I wasn't. And that was a real crunch time where I thought something has to change. And my choice was keep doing what I'm doing, work harder, spend less time with my children, be disconnected with my partner, don't have the health that I deserve, or jump out of my comfort zone and take a leap of faith and say yes to this opportunity because of all the people that had gone before me. So 9 months into the journey, we sold 4 of our 5 businesses. I fired myself from that. And I think 17 months in, I reached the top position in the company. And one of my biggest drivers is my family. They light me up. And my mum and dad have worked really hard. I think we all have parents that have done things the hard way. They've worked hard. They might have worked for someone else. And then mum and dad retired, but then someone had done the wrong thing by them investment-wise and they lost everything. And seeing my parents have to go back to work, not spending time with my kids was just heartbreaking on so many levels. So one of my driving forces was to be able to let my dad know that he didn't have to go to work anymore. So for Christmas, as of the end of last year, he had his last day of work. He had a retirement party at work and they gave him a voucher in a tiger moth. And he actually flew over the work site the other day while everyone else was working. And just yesterday, I watched them drive way off in their caravan on holiday. And they've just spent beautiful magic moments with my children over the Christmas holidays. And I have to say, like, this business changes lives in so many levels. The products, the stories, but giving time back to be able to do whatever it is that lights you up is just the most precious, precious gift that I'm now excited to be able to pass on to others as well. So I'm just so grateful. This has been a total game changer, and I'm going to pass it back to the lovely Linda.
Thanks, Katie. And I'm so proud of us. Look at us. We're rocking on time. It's amazing. Here we go. Okay, so I just want to say, I know that this can sound too good to be true. I was skeptical. So many of us are. And we need to be, right? There's so many distractions out there right now. But what I would encourage you to do is think about, does this make sense? And what if? That was the question that got me. When I had all of my excuses on why I couldn't do a business like this, that question helped me to start dreaming again. And the thing that I am most passionate about, and every single one of these beautiful ladies that you've heard today, the passion becomes not only for ourselves and our family, but then who else can we help really begin to own their own life again? Who else can we help find their voice back? Who else can we help find their identity and want to, wake up with purpose and passion and really feel like they're making that impact and that difference? Because so many of us women through all of the ages, whether you hear from Shani and, we're taught to go to school, get the job, study hard, and then we're a week or 2 into the job and it's like, oh my God, is this it? And then you get married and you have kids, and then it's kind of another phase of, is this it? And this is definitely something that, this is a tribe, this is a community, and this is where we raise women up. And that you are acceptable as you are. We've got 3 team mantras, and I just want to finish on those because we mean them. I hope that you can feel that we mean them. And this isn't just about, I know our flyer says girls just want to have fun, and we do. We love shopping, we love celebrating, we love treating ourselves and treating our families. But this is really about, who we get to become. So I love that we have this safe space where we can grow and where we can learn. So our first team mantra is, you're a blessing in this team, in our tribe, whether you do a little or a lot. I knew that I just couldn't have expectations at such a busy time in my life. I didn't want sales goals, or I didn't want to feel like I was letting anyone down. So we love that mantra. You're just a blessing. Just come and be part of the tribe. Number 2 is you go at your own pace. We've got some women who this has to work. You know, they're a single mum and life is really, not easy for them, and we get to work. And this is what I got to say. Where else would you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 women right behind you with experience and love and support who are directly and indirectly, they're benefiting to help you. And we are geared to help you every step of the way. You don't get that kind of support in any other job, right? Would you agree? So the minute that you join this tribe, you're loved and accepted. The third and final one is you're acceptable as you are. It doesn't matter how old you are, what your background is, what your skill set is, what stage of life that you're at. We join this tribe because we want more. We know that we have more purpose in life. We know that we want to be part of something else that's, motivating and purpose-driven and mission-driven. And that's what we offer. So I want you to dream a bit of what if, get your questions answered. We can tell you about what the first few weeks and months can look like, the money that's on the table. What we love really helping people do is in that first month, it's really easy and it's really exciting to create $1,000 of income. So if that makes a difference to you and you would love to take a closer look with us, please get back with the person who has shared this link with you and let's get all of your questions answered. So thanks everyone for joining us on lunch breaks all around Australia and all around the world. And thank you so much for the beautiful heart-driven women sharing all of your gorgeous stories. I'm so grateful for every one of you. Mwah! Bye everyone.